Sacred Wind Communications is improving the life for tribal members throughout New Mexico. From providing basic phone service to the far reaches of the Navajo Nation, to working with the Pueblo of Laguna in securing a $3 million federal grant, providing broadband internet to their community.
Many of our Navajos do not have phone or internet service. Sacred Wind Communication was the first to bring this to our people.
We've never had phone services before, but we do have now for emergency purposes.
I have Sacred Wind, and it helps me stay in touch with family. I have 911 home phone service.
I need a bench kasi naayos na. Kasi ayos yung telephone na dahil na.
So, who is Sacred Wind Communications?
Sacred Wind started as an idea from the former New Mexico president of Qwest, John Bedall. In the late 1990s, a big challenge facing Qwest was to provide landlines to tribal communities.
I realized that Qwest was using the wrong technology, limiting themselves to copper landline, which was extremely expensive in sparsely populated areas, which required a lot of right-of-way on federal lands. I left Qwest in 2004 to develop a different model. With a team of telecommunications professionals from New Mexico, we secured a low-interest loan from the federal government to acquire the incumbent's territory, and we built a new infrastructure suitable for the Navajo population.
Today, Sacred Wind is a rural telecommunication company providing, for the first time, home-based telephone service and high-speed internet to remote areas of the Navajo Nation.
The dream that Mr. Bedall had it's really working, and it's really working in the community. I go out into the field updating applications on customers that are on benefits, government benefits, to help them out paying on their phone bill. And they're with the radio customers, they live so far out in the reservation where the roads are just so messed up, and they have radio shots to our towers, and they're able to get phone service, and which is really, really good because it's so far out there, and his dream is happening for a lot of people out here.
And then our customers are excited, to get the new phone, the service. They connect with their family, being in the military, or just, just being able to contact a relative over the phone. They're very excited to get the service.
We are serving more than 3,200 customers and growing every month, including over 1,000 new Navajo customers since our inception.
Hello, my name is Ed Minyazi, represent 6 chapters on the Eastern Agency area as their council delegate. Quite pleased with Sacred Wind, with their phone companies, the communication that they've done with our people. As you know, we live out in a remote area, and every time there's requests for repairs or our phones that need to be added on to our people, Sacred Wind has always been there, and they've been very quite dependable.
With additional federal support, in the form of Universal Service Funds, commonly referred to as USF, Sacred Wind was able to cover its higher operating expenses and deliver a new era of telecommunications service to the Navajo people.
The Federal Universal Service Fund was established in 1997 to provide phone service throughout rural America. It was the belief of Congress that every home in America should have access to a phone line at a comparable cost to phone service in urban areas.
Congress understood more customers with phone service benefits everyone. However, the cost for connecting and servicing rural America was much higher than in populated cities.
Additionally, the state of New Mexico enacted a statute to maintain availability for rural customers at affordable rates and created a state universal service fund.
Connecting a new home in Albuquerque costs approximately $800. On the Navajo Reservation, a first-time connection costs between $4,000 and $8,000.
The Navajo people have some of the lowest income in the country, with over 40% below the national poverty line. It is also one of the most costly areas in America to provide phone service. Sacred Wind serves a dispersed area containing 6,000 homes, located over 3,600 square miles. Sacred Wind service area is larger than the land area of Rhode Island and Delaware combined. Monthly operating expenses in rural areas are much higher as well, and that is why the federal and state universal service funds supplement ongoing costs.
I want to congratulate Sacred Wind Communications for using their vision and expertise to help bridge the digital divide that exists for families and businesses on the Navajo Nation. Sacred Wind is a great example of how the entrepreneurial spirit can be unleashed to make a real difference in the lives of people who need it the most. The Navajo Nation suffers from staggering rates of unemployment, preventable diseases, and in many cases, third world living conditions. So Sacred Wind's commitment to improve the kinds of access so many of us take for granted is truly inspiring. United States Senator Tom Udall.
Sacred Wind's been a very good telecom company. They've been very cooperative with this regulatory office and the ambitions of the Navajo Nation to stand up a full regulatory office over telecom. They have been exemplary in the tribal engagement, which is a new provision under the FCC.
Only through the use of many technologies are we able to serve the Navajo Nation. We use copper wire to serve our original customers, fiber optic cable and wireless antenna to reach homes in the far-flung areas of the Navajo Nation.
Actually, what we're going to do is kind of go through some of the equipment here. Right here in this area, we've actually got what is called the Harris Interplex servers. This actually handles all the backbone radios all the way down the corridor. Over here, this actually monitors and creates the signal that sends voice, data, management. It sends a lot of different traffic out.
We have interlaced the varying technologies together. I don't think there's another company providing landline services that mixes technologies the way we do, allowing us to provide services to areas that otherwise would not have service for years, if ever.
I've been very impressed with Sacred Wind's innovation of technology in using the 3.65 gigahertz technologies to bring internet and phones to the Hogans on the reservation.
We have constructed 18 radio towers. Although they look very similar to a cell phone tower, they work very differently. Our tower sends a signal to a small antenna on our customer's home.
Bottom line, a cell tower can't always meet the needs for connectivity in the very rural areas with varying terrain. It is estimated that less than 15% of the Navajo Nation actually has reliable cell service available.
Sacred Wind has received national recognition, winning the American Express Shine a Light contest, and is regarded as a remarkable success story by the USDA.
Congratulations to both of you.
Thank you, JJ.
So what did you think when you got the call?
I was stunned, actually, and this has been a thrill for us and a real ride, and we didn't think that we were that worthy of attention nationwide.
Entrepreneur John Vidal was touched by the plight of New Mexico's Navajo population. He saw a people beset by social ills and a high rate of unemployment. Seeing that 4 out of 10 homes on the Navajo reservation lacked phone service, John started Sacred Wind Communications. The company is building a state-of-the-art telecommunications network, serving the Navajo people and 6,000 homes without access to phone service. Providing access to the internet for the first time for many, Sacred Wind is allowing Navajo adults to search for jobs, children to do research for homework, and finally gives a chance for many of these people to connect to the rest of the world.
Sacred Wind is making a difference in the lives of those they serve, as well as their 40 employees.
In 2007, I came to work for Sacred Wind Communications from Home Depot in Gallup, and it's been the best decision for me and my family.
My name is Tico Charlie, and I worked for Sacred Wind for 7 years. I'm from the White Rock chapter. I like the way Sacred Wind takes care of our customers and our employees.
I'm not only an employee with Sacred Wind, but I'm also a customer. And it really benefits my family, especially my 17-year-old son who does research over the internet. And we have very good internet service where we live now, where before we did not have it.
Sacred Wind proudly displays its core values and management philosophy. Respect for all, fellow employees and customers alike. Integrity. Honesty in everything we do and say. Focus on the task at hand and on satisfying our customers. Passion. Feel a passion for what you are doing and how you do it, and everyone will see it.
The company's really wonderful. They're nice people, and they talk to me all the time, and they're just like my family.
Sacred Wind.
Sacred Wind Communications, bringing phone lines and the internet to the Navajo Nation, utilizing state-of-the-art technologies, changing lives for the better.